Hello and welcome to the marvellous show Black Sails, and we are hitting episode 4 already. I'm absolutely loving this. It's brilliant. So I've caught on to it probably quicker than I did Game of Thrones. It's kind of got me straight away. Game of Thrones took me a little bit longer to kind of get there. If you're a fan of Black Sails, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, hit the bell. It all helps me out. Thank you very much. That's that done. And episode 3 last time. Awesome episode. Things are really starting to heat up now, and the kind of the interlocking kind of storylines are all starting to fall apart. Really, it's getting a bit mental, really. So in episode 3 we had John Silver being made to kind of write down what he could. Well, he had to write down the page that he burnt, basically, but he neglected to put some certain little bits in there which were picked up by Flint. And when he was asked about it, he said, "Well, I'm not about to put every single detail in because you'll kill me straight away as soon as you find out," which he's probably got a good point, to be honest. So we had that. Also, he was made to sort of peel potatoes for the day as kind of like a punishment or whatever. And what he actually did was he started to find out who the kind of who the people against Flint were. The mutineers, I suppose. Is it mutineers? Yeah, it's mutineers. I think the reason he did that, he went and then told Bones who they were. I think he's trying to get in Flint's good book, because I think it's a few weeks before they try and take this ship out. So I think he's trying to get in his good book so he doesn't get killed when they've done that. And we also see more of this Mrs. Barlow, whatever her name is, Miranda Barlow. And I'm still not 100% sure what her relationship is with Flint. Obviously, I guess they I don't think he's married to her, but I think they've probably obviously had some kind of relationship in the past, because she seems to be there to sort of look after him. It seems to be like his safe place where he goes. They dropped off. Oh God, what's her name? I'm forgetting everyone's names now. It's really bad. They dropped off Eleanor's father as well to be looked after. He was still pretty much unconscious when he turned up there. So I'm not sure where that's going to go. And Eleanor actually was there when he woke up and basically said, "Look, because of what we're going to be doing, obviously she's joined Flint with this whole kind of idea of taking this giant ship out." She said to her father that she needs help. She needs some kind of help in getting another ship. Now, I'm not sure if it was her father that got in contact with the guy that Gates went to see. I'm not sure if that was anything to do with that at all. But Gates went to see this guy. I can't remember his name, but he was sat in like a little fort. He was sat in, and they obviously known each other from many years. And he agreed to let him have his ship and his crew, which is quite good. In the meantime, Eleanor was buying Flint some more bigger guns, more ammo, more gunpowder. But Gates had his doubts. I think he had a meeting with Rackham, who convinced him that he's too old to be a captain of this new ship. And I think it ate away at Gates. And I think in the end he went to see Flint and said, "Look, I've got an idea for someone that will be a better captain." And he suggested Vane, which Flint didn't take too well, but they managed to hold a meeting together, which went reasonably well. And at the end, Vane agreed to the terms, and so they had Vane and his ship on board as well. Problem was, a little bit later on, Eleanor weirdly went to see Vane and just stripped off, jumped on top of him, and started doing naughties. And Rackham came running in and said, obviously, I think first of all he was shocked that she was there, and secondly he said, "Vane, we need you right now. It's the men." And they went out, and it was horrific. That all of Vane's crew were systematically raping Max, and Eleanor didn't take that very well. She kind of lost it a little bit. She basically said that none of Vane's crew are now welcome on the island. They're not allowed to trade there. They're not allowed to eat. Not allowed to sleep. She wants them off the island. The only way she'll let them stay is if they all leave Vane and go over to Flint ship. And so I don't think all of them did, but I think a large majority of them did. So this is really hanging on a knife edge now as to where this is going to go. Eleanor sort of apologised to Max for what she'd gone through, but Max kind of blamed her for what she'd gone through, which wasn't really true, really. I mean, that was stretching it a little bit. But Max has agreed to stay with Vane until the payments paid that she lost, because obviously it was technically her fault that how all the pearls got lost, even though it really wasn't. It's very weird how they kind of work out that whose fault it is. It wasn't really, you could blame Rackham. He could have tied it up better to himself, and he wouldn't have lost them, would he? But anyway, so we've left it now where I guess that Vane is now pretty much crewless. It's all going to kick off. I can't wait to get into number 4. Yeah, I just want to crack on with it really. So let's get going. So yeah, this is episode 4, season 1, Black Sails, and I'll see you in a minute.
There are no men like me.
Captain Gates.
Not looking forward to it, so is it?
It's time.
You will need somebody to act as your quartermaster in the meantime. Unless anybody's got any better ideas, I was thinking Billy Bones.
If we're going to win the Urca, the walrus must be ship-shape. That means we tip her. Plain and simple. The question is, where do we do the tipping?
Wherever there's plenty of rum.
Perhaps we can all agree to forego, just this once, a fuck tent.
Who's Mrs. Barlow? Flint had us hunting a merchant ship, the Maria Elaine. Pearls, jewels, more than we'd ever know what to do with, he said. But that's Flint's gift, innit? Always knows just what to say to push us harder, further. We lost good men taking her for a haul nowhere near what Flint had promised. And that's when I heard it. It was a man and a woman begging for their lives. And when I watched the murderer leave, I saw him plain.
What?
But days later, we come ashore. I see a lady waiting for Flint. 2 words escape his lips. They're dead. Hunting the Maria Elaine was never about money.
Ooh.
It was an execution.
Yeah, but you don't know the full story, do you? It could be anything.
Mark my words, Billy. It's all happening again.
You don't know the whole story, do you?
Will you be staying long?
Something weird going on there.
I have to get back.
If you're upset with me, I'd appreciate you saying so.
You know why I'm upset?
Because I read to him?
It's all shelf full of books. Why'd you have to read him that one?
That book is something I shared with Thomas. I can't be alone in feeling this way.
Is that a son?
Some part of you must feel it too.
It's got to be a son, isn't it? Their son.
Things will get better here. I promise you they will.
So perhaps it was vengeance. If it was their son, perhaps it was vengeance on people that killed his son. Perhaps.
Christ.
Vane was a bit messed up.
1 week without a ship and you go completely to hell. See, we've graduated to opium.
Oh crap.
Miss Guthrie has dealt us quite a blow. But we still have assets. 8 loyal men, my wits,
8.
and an unshakable captain.
Fuck you, Jack.
Whoa. What the hell's that?
This business with Vane has changed things. Get control of her, Mr. Scott, before it's too late.
Captain Bryson is arriving on the Andromache. You best get down to the beach.
What did Captain Hornegard want?
What we're about to attempt with Captain Bryson, it is very risky. If he will not cooperate, we cannot, under any circumstances, attempt to detain him. Tell me you understand.
I understand.
His rotten pig gave a lot of us the bloody squirts.
It's possible it wasn't the pig, you know. I mean, some people have weak constitutions. Hey, settle down. It's delicious. As likely as not, it wasn't the pig, it's just something that's going around. Get back to work.
What the fuck did you do to that?
I cooked it?
You absolutely did not.
If pleasure is what you want, I assure you I can give it to you if you let me.
What a twat. I think she's really feeling sorry for her.
Captain Bryson,
Mistress Guthrie.
I trust your passage was comfortable. One of our crews intends to hunt the Urca de Lima.
And your father hasn't quashed it?
No, he hasn't.
Why on earth not?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Stand up, please, sir.
Oh, he's got to go and represent now, has he?
Captain Bryson commands the largest of my supply ships. My daughter needs the guns from that ship to arm Captain Flint for his move against the Spanish treasure galleon. Shall we?
Nice wig.
Oh, you said talk to the palm.
Yeah, that pond, that one. Yes, it matters. Jesus, fix it, will you, please?
No fuck difference does it make? They're about trees, ain't they? Agreed.
Oh, no.
No problem at all, sir. Just doing my share for a worthy cause.
Oh, so what is it? You told me a story and I'm supposed to fall in lockstep behind you.
You wouldn't even raise your voice to question the captain's plan.
Billy Bones is a dutiful boatswain who commands enormous respect from his crew as well as from myself.
Understood. All that being said, Jesus Christ, I saw Billy speaking with Mr. Morley late last week.
Trying to play me against my own crew will not help your cause.
Is the whole ship going to go? Because of that one tree? Surely not.
Then I believe we're at an impasse. Disagreement without prospect of resolution.
Fuck you, Jack. Give me back the whore.
Take it back yourself if you're the boat.
Maybe I'll take you up on that offer.
She's feeling sorry for her, isn't she?
What the hell was that?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You want the guns from my ship? So hand over to a pirate.
That is correct.
Have you lost your mind?
The guns are yours.
What did you say to Bryson in that room?
Rest assured, I had a plan. Help me save her from herself.
Oh, what's going on there, then?
The guns are yours. Captain Bryson's preparing to offload them as we speak.
Oh, boy. Oh, no, he's going to get his cat. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, God.
He's dug in. Help me.
Oh, I've got to cut his leg off. Oh. Oh, the other guy didn't make it. Oh, my God.
That night in the ship. What were they talking about?
Sounded like they were talking about a woman. Somebody Barlow. The portrait in your room depicts you alongside Lord Thomas Hamilton. Thomas's wife, long rumoured to be the cheating sort, had begun a torrid affair with her husband's closest friend. A promising young officer in His Majesty's Navy.
Flint.
New identities, a clean start, a new life. I could do that for you.
What, I think Vane's about to get his ass kicked. What?
You don't have to pretend with me.
What's going on? Is he hallucinating?
Fear.
Yeah, he's got to be hallucinating. That's a bit trippy. Oh, he looks... I don't want to mess with him, he's huge. Oh.
Are you going to give me back me whore?
Oh.
Oh, for Christ.
Listen to me! I'll cut you in for half.
He's changed his tune.
Please.
Crikey. What's going on?
It can't be. Captain Bryson hasn't had time to unload.
Those guns are still on board.
What are we going to do?
Get them back.
Oh my God. That was Black Sails, Episode 4, Season 1. Do you know what? I'm getting really confused. I know that by the time I've edited it, I understand it a bit more, but there's so much going on right now. Everyone's sort of double-crossing each other. It's getting really confusing. So we find out that Vane has got only probably about 8 people left in his crew now that are loyal to him. And they're all the arseholes as well, the ones that have been raping Max. And Bonnie and Rackham are they're stopped in the street by Max's, I suppose, her pimp, I suppose you'd call that, I don't know, who owns the whorehouse, and he's demanded that he wants her back. And I think Bonnie has had a real gutful of the way that Max has been treated. You can tell it's starting to really affect her, and she basically encouraged him to do it. She said, you go and take it back yourself. So Rackham and Bonnie have had a bit of a fight now. She's stormed off. In the meantime, Vane's now on opium, and he's starting to hallucinate, and he keeps seeing this real huge, big guy sort of watching him from sort of outside the tent. So I'm not sure if that's a hallucination or if that guy's actually after him. I'm not sure, but you see him quite a few times in that episode, and he's never able to get close enough to him to kind of get hold of him. So I think it's some kind of hallucination. In the meantime, Eleanor has arranged this meeting with Bryson, Captain Bryson. I think that's right. Who's the one that's got all the guns, and her father as well. So they have a meeting, and Bryson's not having any of it. He said, "No way." He said, "I don't want to have a word with your father on his own." So they all leave and just leave him to have a chat. And when they come out a few minutes later, he's agreed to give him all the guns. So I don't know what went on in that room, but I think that Eleanor's father's double-crossing her in some way, but I'm not sure. This is where I'm getting really confused. Beforehand, Eleanor had promised Scott that Mr. Scott that she wouldn't do anything stupid, and she actually had armed guards in all the doors just in case that deal didn't go through. So she'd lied to him basically, and now I think that her father and Scott have now made this kind of plan, but I'm not sure what that plan is yet. I guess we'll get to find out in the next episode. But I know she's not going to like it. We also had there was a moment where they were cleaning the underneath of the ship, and Bones had told someone that hadn't tied it to the right tree because all the ropes were holding, all the trees were holding. Start again. All the ropes that were holding the ship up were all tied to trees, and obviously someone had done it to a wrong tree, and he pointed that out, and they just ignored his advice. And then later on in the episode, that rope snaps, and the boat kind of topples over. Problem is, I'm not sure the crazy guy, I'm not sure his name, but he thought his cat was under there, and he'd gone under to get the cat, and it had actually crushed onto his legs. So he had to have his leg chopped off to get him out, and Flint managed to pull him out. The guy, I can't remember his name, he's one of the mutineers, he was crushed to death. Also, John Silver had told Flint that Bones had been talking about him as well behind his back. So now Flint's got suspicions about Bones now, so that's going to probably come out in the next episode. And it's all to do with Mrs. Barlow as well. And we also find out a bit more about her, and I've got a bit confused with this. I think that her son has been killed. I think that bit's right, but I don't think it's Flint's son. I think Flint is someone that she was having an affair with behind her husband's back, and that's why she had to do a runner. I think that's right now. So I think I got it slightly wrong during the episode. But it is quite confusing, this episode. It was quite a confusing one. And then kind of right at the end, we had Vane kind of stumbling his way, following this figure again that he'd seen, and he gets ambushed by Max's pimp again. They sort of kind of beat him up and demand that he gives them Max back, and Vane just snaps and just takes them all out. I think he kills the guy at the end as well, stamps on his throat, just completely loses it. So goodness knows what's going to happen in the next episode. It is brilliant. I'm really enjoying it, but there's so much going on, and it's so complex, and it's a struggle to follow it sometimes. But I say, by the time I've edited it a couple of times, I'll understand it a lot more. And the last kind of scene we see, or towards the end of the series, we saw the ship with the Bryson ship sailing off, and you had Gates, Eleanor, and Flint seeing it go off, and they realised, because of the way the boat was sort of sitting in the water, that the guns were still on board. So now they know that the guns haven't come off, even though Eleanor's father and Scott said they were going to. So everyone's kind of, I don't know, backstabbing everyone at the minute. It's really confusing. So yeah, I'm not sure where we're going to go in the next episode, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm really loving these episodes at the moment. Not sure how many episodes there are in a season. We'll probably have to look at that really, but I don't want to get any spoilers. If you go on Google it ruins it all for you. But yeah, I can't wait for the next episode, in episode 5. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you really soon in episode 5. Until then, take care, stay safe, and see you soon. Bye.